about?
Zaxby's has salad.
I want a salad. A Zaxby salad.
But although they're big Zaxby snacks, are like this.
Okay, you can bring that to me. Lunchtime, right? Cool.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go through this, guys. All we're simply doing is when you're looking at this, you're just applying our our quotient. Remember we said the radical property when t? Yeah. Remember this distributes over division. So I have negative square root of 3 over the square root of 7. Now, are square root of 3 and square root of 7 are those square numbers?
No.
Can we take the square root of them?
No.
Can we break them down as a product of two square numbers? No. So the only thing we need to make sure we do now is to make sure that we now get our radical off the bottom. So right now I have the square root of 7. To get this to be off the square root of 7, remember you can only undo the square root of something squared. Yes?
Why is the 7 negative?
It's this whole product is negative. This whole thing's negative.
Oh, okay.
If one's negative, the whole thing's negative.
Well, you didn't put it on the 7, so
I understand.
Just remember this. If the negative sign's in front, the top could be negative, the bottom could be negative. Right? All my answers right there equal negative 2. Right? So it doesn't really matter where the negative sign is. Okay? So we look at this. How are we going to get the square root of 7 off the bottom? Multiply by the square root of 7. Now, why would I want to multiply by the square root of 7? There's a very, very important rule here. This is now going to give me the square root of 21 over the square root of 7 squared. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do some problems. And actually, you guys didn't ask me to do one, but maybe I'll do one real quickly for you. You guys, we need to make sure that whatever root I have, that's what I'm raising my radicand to that power. For the square root, it's kind of basic. You multiply by the same number, right? Because then that's going to square it. For higher powers, it gets a little more difficult, which I'll explain in another problem. But you guys need to understand here that now the square root of something squared, we know, undoes each other. So therefore, we have the square root of 21 divided by 7. And then can we simplify the square root of 21 at all? No. So therefore, that's your final answer. OK? Now, since I just taught that one, I'll go off the record.